if once you know about the kind of biff creativity we talk about, this idea of sinking into that innate place within, opening to our creative thoughts, our ideas, it's, as Nick Cave says, it's a kind of transcendental experience, because what fascinates me about this space, regardless of whether you're doing it for work or you're doing it for your own life, and think about who you are and how you are and what ideas you really want to be working on in the world. The notion, at work we're often taught that we get in brainstorms and we have to generate ideas, we have to consciously grind them out. And if you've ever experienced those, not much good ever comes from it. The better place to be is in places like this. Places that for us, this happens to be my spot, actually here at this place, up at North Island on the East Coast, a little beach called Matapori. Whenever I come here, I get to, we're spending school holidays up here, so get to disconnect from the everyday beat and noise of life and the shit that you just got to deal with day in, day out. That keeps you trapped in those old patterns of thinking and doing, of just doing things in the same old ways. And guess what? Getting the same results. Biff is all about trying to, impact those patterns to make new intentions, new attentions about what we want to attend to and what we want to go for, and how we innovate those better ideas into the world that can help, do better for us and do better for the world. But that process of doing that starts in us, and that's the bit that I think is often lost, and that's the bit that is becoming our beautiful fight of taking people back to that place of origination, which is to find ways to reconnect with your innate human creativity that is deep within you. Because when you do, what you often find in those first instances of doing that, whether it be meditation, whether it be listening to music, whether it be doing a walk on a beach like this, you find that there are all kinds of magic, powerful thoughts and ideas waiting there for you. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to consciously generate them. They come to you. I'm fascinated by the language we use. When I do lots of sessions with clients, and they'll say, something came to me. They didn't have to consciously generate it. It came to them. It was almost like a gift. And that idea was meant for them. Or that creative thought that can lead to a better idea that we can collaborate around and then go and work out how to make happen. So, we're going to start talking more and more about these easy things people can do to open their mind, open our minds, to sink into new spaces within us that we may or may not be familiar with or confident in, but are open to giving it a try. This is the space that these kind of things talk about. We call it alpha. Well, it's called alpha. We don't call it alpha. It's the neuroscience of the creative brain. And it's what we're both trying to, and in our enterprise work, reconnect adults with so they can re-experience it anew, grow new confidence in that capacity, and then do more with it. And, rather than spend all our time reconnecting adults with it so that our enterprises can solve some of the ideas that they're trying to do, and this grand global problem solving we all need to be doing, we're as motivated, or maybe even more motivated, to take that expertise and translate it and point it in our next generation. Kids, young people, youth, young teens, young innovators. Our work to nurture and develop young kids into this innate capacity. They feel it anyway. They're hugely imaginative. Their creativity is wild. And yet lots of what we inadvertently do is educate them out of it. And we want to try developing them into it. So that's what I've been thinking about as we've been walking along here this morning. Hard not to just be, quiet the mind, listen to the lapping ocean, get in there, feel a little cold, do a little Wim Hof session, get the immune system boosted, get rid of this winter sniffles. But more importantly for me, we've got some big things coming up in terms of how we continue to innovate Biff. You know, we've got some product ideas we want to work on, got some partner ideas we want to work on. We're changing strategies with our school works and how we can be not-for-profit in that space and just give schools our platform. And then do the PLD work above that. And we've got some big enterprise projects I've actually started coaching people, coaching senior execs and then giving them our program that they can scale with their teams. And I think that's a much better way of doing it in terms of intimately hand-holding senior leaders through rediscovering their capacities to be a creative leader, leading for creativity and innovation, because my goodness, a lot of businesses out there are really up against it and need to be thinking about how innovation can help them pivot and drive new value and look for new spaces, and as much as the hybrid ways of working and the sort of cultural performance they're looking for in terms of how they can put that whole mix together of ideas and people and culture and drive forward in what is going to be some really, really challenging years, eh? Anyway, I'm going to keep walking. I suggest if you've got some things you need to be thinking around and having some new ideas around, why don't you come with wherever you are. Big love.